Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Allegedly Credible. Right. So, as you guys should know by now, we're just two friends, and we're sharing our thoughts and opinions based on things that we've actually been through in life, or people that we know have been through in life, and we're giving our advice based on it. And I'm going to give you our disclaimer that we always do. Our thoughts and opinions are constantly evolving. And we're not experts, nor do we claim to be. We won't always agree with each other, and that's okay. We're just hoping you guys take whatever advice you need, whatever you want, keep it. If you don't like it, throw it away, give it to somebody else. We don't really care too much about it.
Damn.
Kind of.
Damn.
So, today's episode, we are talking about, is social media causing your anxiety? I feel like it kind of gives me anxiety a little bit. What about you, Mel?
Well, social media is actually the bane of my existence.
Really? How so?
Social media gives me anxiety because now I'm trying to do something with it.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Okay.
But like before, it was just no thing. But I'm just because I'm an extrovert. Mm-hmm. So that just living in that realm to begin with was fine. But now when I'm at the mercy of you guys.
Oh, yeah. And trying to kind of figure out what people like and what they don't like. It's kind of hard. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's hard.
Yeah.
So here we go. So clearly we were both on it. So what do you use?
Barely. Barely.
What's the main reason you use your social media and why and what's the main ones you use and
okay,
how often do you check it?
So my platforms are Facebook. Oh wait, no. We gotta go way back. We gotta go way back to the archives. We gotta go back to back in 2006 when I was saying that I was 99 years old and on MySpace. You're not old enough to be using that kind of stuff, but I wasn't doing anything crazy. So MySpace was my key into the whole social media environment. And you got your top 5, you got your top 20, and everybody was fighting for a place to be.
Yeah, you know what? I had MySpace. I did. You know what was funny though? When I first when social media first came out, I refused to be on it because I was it's for stalkers. I used to tell everybody
social media is for stalkers?
Yep, I used to tell it. And how we were in high school when it all came out.
Yeah.
Because I used to be on AOL and AIM and all that other stuff. But then I was I don't know. Just back then, I was it's for stalkers. Who cares what other people are doing? That's literally what I used to say. Well, then
call me a creeper. Because, I didn't care about what everybody... But I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew what I was doing.
Yeah, I was
I was out here in these streets.
And then, I think my brother had MySpace first. And then I finally got a MySpace, but then I just used it for my writing. I would just write little poems and little excerpts. I mean, that was back when during my emo phase.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I didn't know this chick. Ah, yes,
Tom.
Yes,
yeah, Tom was the friend.
I didn't even know that Tom had another face other than this is what Tom. I never seen that. That's not a real person.
That's not a real person.
That's not a real person at all. I only know
what
Tom.
He's doing now.
Tom is living his best life outside of the Facebook debauchery.
Yeah, and then when I started using Facebook,
I was so upset. I was there's no music on here. I can't fix anything. I can't fix my profile to show my true personality. What is this, corporate?
I didn't really care because, to be honest with you, I liked it back in the day. Remember when Facebook had all those little stupid games, and you can invite people on the farm,
Farmville?
There was Farmville. There's all these other stupid little games.
I totally forgot about that.
There was different games on there. That's when I liked Facebook. But it's funny because I would never post anything. And then I went through a phase where I had no social media for 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, I had no social media.
You just went
for
dark?
4 or 5 years. Yeah, I had no social media whatsoever.
Was that before or after you had friends?
Wow. That was... Was that before or after I had friends?
was. I wasn't playing.
It was. I had friends.
She's a friendly person.
I just was like, kind of like, I don't know. I just didn't like it anymore. Like, it was just too much. I think I kind of knew where it was going, kind of, because even now it's a lot. Like, with the whole politics and people just having to say what they have to say, and people having to, like, tell you how they're feeling, or, like, the excessive need. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so polarized. And I felt like I knew that that's where it was going. So I had stopped using social media for a while because I was just kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't serve me. And I barely went on it as well at that time. So I was just like, I'm going to live my life, you know? But then I got it again when I decided I was going to kind of like pursue my art phase.
That was like a few years ago.
Yeah, that's when I got it again. I went through a phase where I had no social media.
But you didn't delete it, right? Because I know I was tagging you on stuff.
No, I had deleted my first profile. This is the second profile that I have now. My first profile deleted. She didn't even know. Like, I didn't have it for like a few years.
I was just tagging random Danielle Brown.
But no, I have re-gotten it back like a few years, like about 8 years ago. I gotten it back.
Okay.
So then I was using it for art purposes and just trying to meet new people, because I just was trying to get myself into the I don't know. I was just trying to get myself more comfortable being like out there, but then that didn't really work for me because I started comparing myself to other artists. I started comparing myself to other
You started Danielling yourself?
Yep.
Yep. That's a thing.
I did. And I feel like especially like when it came to certain like people that looked a certain way, or like, you know, like when it comes to models and stuff like that, and like I was always bigger, and then like you saw I was like comparing myself. So then I would go through phases where I just wouldn't go on social media whatsoever. I just had it up there. But then recently though, as I started to really, really dive into getting my art out there in you know, getting this podcast together. That's when I decided I was gonna like
the
really...
come up is so real for Danielle, because she went from non-existent. Why people? She went from non-existent to like she's in full control. She's owning that junk. She's making it a point to put her stories. It was like stories.
Yeah, you know what the stories features for? First of all, okay, so we're talking about social media. I had the MySpace, which was very short, limited time. Facebook, Instagram. I literally just got a TikTok like this year, which I think it used to be Musical.ly or something like that. But I just got the TikTok, and I honestly like struggled with using it. Like I still struggle with TikTok. I think TikTok's so stupid. It's not even funny how stupid I think TikTok is. You know why? All they do is play the same music and the same songs over and over again. People just keep doing the same trend over and over again. And I'm like, how is this even like special? Why do people want to watch the same thing over and over again? It's just people doing different things.
TikTok is for the pubescent population. Prepubescent population.
But there are a lot of people our age that use it, that like it, and they'll like watch it. Now, if I'm learning something, I like learning new things. I can't even do it.
Wait.
If I'm learning new things, I like it.
So I know you don't go on TikTok like that, but what is like the type of videos that are on your feed? Like so my thing, I love clean talk.
Clean talk? What the heck is that?
I love clean talk. Clean talk is like they show you like, oh, here's the product that I'm using. Like there's this stuff that I wanted to get. I was actually at Bed Bath & Beyond yesterday, Black Friday. I was looking for this stuff called the pink stuff. The pink stuff is so satisfying. Yeah, pull up the pink stuff. And it's like this cleaning. Yes, there it is. It's like this cleaning agent, and it doesn't require like a lot of, scrubbing. Okay. It's just like you slab it on, and then you wipe it off. Wax on, wax off.
And you found this on TikTok?
I found it on TikTok. Where do you get this? Oh, Amazon? Yeah. I'm going to have to get that later. Cyber Monday. But yeah, pink stuff. People just be cleaning their kitchens. People like, especially I also follow, with the Scrub Daddy. Oh my God, the Scrub Daddy. That's the bomb. The Scrub Daddy. You know what a scrub daddy is?
No.
Oh my god!
Like, I don't know what any of this stuff
The
is.
scrub daddy is like this sponge that's hard when it's dry, but with water it gets really soft, and it's like it pumices the dirt off of your pans and
I've
stuff,
never,
and it's
ever...
scratch resistant.
Uh-huh.
You can get it from Dollar Tree. Yo, Scrub Daddy needs to sponsor this podcast. Scrub Daddy, we're coming for you.
Everybody.
Well, someone's gonna listen. Someone's
Okay.
gonna actually do it. But yeah. So I like the clean socks because, like, you know, they be cleaning the kitchen, they be cleaning up their houses, and cleaning is a big thing when you got kids because your house is never clean. So I'm just like, how do people with like 17 kids get their place like so pristine clean? And they have ADHD. So it's like, oh, I can implement this idea.
So you just put clean talk in TikTok? And
Okay,
you just
so
show
remember when you first started clean talk? I mean, remember when you first started TikTok and it'll say like, oh, what are some categories that you're interested in?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I like cleaning. I think it's satisfying for clean, or like dance moves or blah blah blah. Like, no, clean talk, TOC. Yeah, clean talk. And yeah, like it just shows up on my feed, like different laundry ideas. And like you find like the coolest hacks.
But do you
like
actually
life
try
hacks.
the hacks?
Oh, you see my folding game? Have you seen me fold clothes? This is the only way I can get laundry done.
From TikTok, I guess. Like, see, like
That's
that.
my girl, the folder. That's my girl. Oh my god, you see me do this. You were at my house till like 2:00 in the morning.
I
I
wasn't
was
paying
literally
attention.
folding clothes. Yeah, you weren't paying attention because you were all up in your feelings.
Thank you.
I mean, why else would you come to somebody's house till 2:00 in the morning? You got to be talking about something serious. Come on, guys.
Okay.
Y'all know.
Anyway, anywho.
That's how you know I'm there for you. I'm there for you. And that's what I'm giving you my allegedly credible advice.
So, based on this, do you feel like when we grew up in the 90s, we didn't live with social media or anything like that? Like, how did we navigate? Like,
How do we navigate?
Yes, how
We
do we
went
navigate
outside.
without it? Yeah, we went outside and we
Social
talked to
media
people.
was the cafeteria. That's the social media.
Yeah, but like, so my thing is, if we survived without it for
Mm-hmm.
that long, why do we
depend on it now?
depend on it
Instant
so much
gratification is a must in this day and age. Instant gratification.
But I feel like, okay, and this might sound stupid. I don't know. You might be able to school me on this, but like, I feel like because of social media and it's supposed to be like a social thing, nobody actually knows how to talk to each other anymore.
No.
Nobody knows how to talk. Like,
Yo.
everybody be like, oh, I'm going to share this meme and this is us communicating. And
Yo,
to me,
dead ass
that's
though.
not communication.
I was over at Hibachi yesterday. Shout out to Ichiban because that shit was popping.
Oh my God.
I was over at Ichiban yesterday, and this family, they were having like a birthday, and I guess one of the adults switched seats with one of the kids because they had a kid side and then an adult side.
Right.
And the kid that switched the seat with the adult was complaining. I guess it was either a sister or a cousin. And he's like, she's not even talking anymore. You just see her like on her phone. She's not even talking to anyone. And like this kid like really was requiring this girl's affection. She was just completely unfazed. She's like,
Yeah, and it's just like, I feel like that, and
that's wrong.
I just feel like it's just made it harder, even like people talking in person to people, like, and there was like a study that was done recently that like, I think it said most people prefer, like meeting new people online versus in person.
In the same way like people like to shop because people get lazy. People rather
Yeah, I
go.
mean, shopping is a totally different thing though, because shopping is like nobody wants to go to the store. Like, nobody wants to wait in lines.
Stop it. That's highly problematic and that's false information. You don't like going to the store, Danielle. You don't like going. Danielle will go. Yeah, I gotta get some things from the store. We be in there for like 0.5 seconds. Like, all right, you ready to go? It's like I just walked into the store. Yeah, I'm done.
I know
What
what
did
I'm
you
getting.
get?
I know what I'm getting. So there's no need for me
You
to
should have seen her when she
peruse
first moved out of her house and she had to go check the whole new landscape. She was literally having anxiety attacks in Target. She's like, I can't find anything. I'm here for too long.
I
was like, I'm still browsing. There's no type of browsing for you.
No.
And like that's the same thing. Like, do you rather meet people in real life?
I'd rather meet people in real life.
So that's weird.
I'd rather meet people in real life.
That's weird for you.
Because I feel like on Instagram you don't, well, it's in general, but I feel like on Instagram you don't know, or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you don't actually know what you're actually getting. I think a lot of people put on like these fake facades, or they only show you what they want you to see. They're going to show you their best selves on there. And for me, sometimes I don't want the best. I want
the real. And you know what's so funny you say that? Like, I didn't realize that nowadays, I mean, I feel like when we first started going out with this whole social media thing, now you can't take a picture without there automatically being a filter. I was like, my face is not that clear. Like, I know I saw like a scratch and a scar.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I think that partially with social media, at least for me personally, like, I've always been a kind of perfectionist in some type of way, but I think that was just kind of like my upbringing. But when social media really started coming out, and like, I felt like then I think maybe that's why I stayed away from it so long, and I still try to now, is because I feel like that perfectionist side just got even worse. Like, you start comparing yourself, like, well, what the heck are they doing that I'm not doing? And like when it comes to like,
I don't know, I never,
when it comes to like followers or seeing like how many people like a certain post, and it's just like, okay, well, that post, I'm like, to me, I look at something, I'm like, that is so simple, and that has like thousands of likes, and then it's like something that was complicated.
I think you should share your journey, your recent qualm with social media. What's our biggest hater in this industry? Who doesn't want us to be great?
Facebook.
Bump you, Facebook.
I'll let you know.
She said what she said.
Facebook does not want us to be great, and I'm gonna explain to you why. Because okay, so the first season we did it. Had made the page, made a group page. The group page just never really worked. Like, I struggled. I wrote so many tickets. And then, but our actual page was kind of like popping. But we did do ads like the first season. But even with that, like, we could still share our own stuff to our own page. Now, literally, like, we have a Facebook page. I post on the page. Usually it takes a minute to show up. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really work on the group page. Like, oh, look, there's our Facebook page. And literally, I post on the page, and it literally will not share to the group. I have to press the group.
That's the page. Now you have to go find the group. Like, so scroll down, and you'll see the group.
Well, the group was right up top.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it says groups.
Oh, yeah, groups right next to home.
If you can open it, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, because it doesn't...
Oh my God.
What? What? That was on camera. That was a real reaction.
Like, literally, we haven't even really tried to grow it because it's been a pain just trying to.
If you can use the group, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes, please, because literally just to try to like, get it to work, I've written so many tickets, and then like I said, now this season our page hasn't been working, so. I literally click the share button, and I cannot share it to my own Facebook page. Like, I cannot do it. I have to write tickets. So I wrote a ticket for the last time, and you know what they did? They literally took a post that I already shared onto our page and reshared it on our page, not to my personal page. So, yes, I've been fighting for, like, this whole season to actually have Facebook, like, post stuff. So, oh, thank you.
Shout out to our engineer. And he's verified.
look, guys, look. So yeah, it's been a struggle, but I feel like Instagram. It's interesting because Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same people, but I mean it's the same.
They're both cock sneezes.
But the thing that's annoying is Instagram. Surprisingly, the first season,
fluid.
The first season, Instagram was really hard for us. And then Facebook we did well on. And then the second season, like, we've been doing better on Instagram than we have been on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like figuring out the algorithms and figuring out like when to post and all. That's like a whole second job.
I don't understand.
And who has time for that?
You know what? Whoever does have time for it, I'm talking to you. Because we definitely need a social media analyst that works for free. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Please send your resumes. They're gonna be piling.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna want to get on.
We'll
this.
pay you eventually.
Yeah.
in
I owe you. I owe you some papers.
But yeah, it's just I feel like it's hard, especially when you're like trying to build yourself and stuff like that, because then you'll see other people. Because one thing I do, I'm like more of like an analytical person anyway. So like I'll look at other pages that have podcasts that are similar to us, and then I'll look at what they're posting, and then I'll see what hashtags are using, and I'll do all that. And like literally I find myself getting more frustrated because I'm just kind of like, I feel that I'm doing the work for it, but it's just not. It's just not
giving. You don't feel the feedback.
You don't feel the feedback.
But we get plenty of feedback in real life.
So that's why I kind of prefer the in-person thing, because I was like, okay, I'd rather have a conversation to you about my show than actually the social media part. Because if you did it based on social media and how many likes we had and all this other stuff,
you would
think that we weren't doing like.
You would think that we were filming this in some country like backwoods like cellar, and they're not even telephone posts. Like you would think that we didn't even exist. But like, if you see the fans, shout out to you guys.
Yeah, like we get a lot more in-person interactions. So I kind of prefer that, but
IRL interactions than URL.
Yeah, and the
what? Because get it like it's online, like URL.
Got it. But if you're like doing it, but if you're looking at a numbers game and you're looking at like how many interactions we get online, you would think that we were failing. And I think that sometimes that hits me. Like sometimes that's something that I struggle with.
What did I say to you? What did I say to you recently? I was just like, not let you crying. What did I say? Is that I'd be like trying to console you, like, it's okay, Danielle. We out here. We're doing great things.
We're doing a good job, you know.
Girl, you doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. Girl, you doing
But it's just like, I don't know. I have a hard time because I'm going to play the comparison game because I want to be the best. And it's not like I compare people. I don't compare in terms of, I think one person's better than me. Mm-hmm. I compare in terms of, what do I need to do to get to this level, to get to the next level? That's it. Like, I just want to be better than who I was before. And sometimes I feel like social media blocks in my creativity because I'm too busy trying to figure out, well, what are they doing that I can do, or make it my own, instead of just kind of like having that freelance thoughts and ideas.
Like me. So it's just funny how you look at things, because you take it when you're comparing, it's like, what can I do to like get where they're at? When I go and do the comparison, like I see people doing things out here, and I'm just like, oh, I want to try that too. And not because like I want to get where they're at, but it looks fun. No, I don't really ever really want to do what other people do. I want to be different. I want to be different too. But I mean, like, I want to do what they're doing in my own spin-off way. But like, I want to still, you know what I'm saying? So my question for you is like, how long do you stay on social media? Like, how long do I stay on? Like, how long do you stay on? Girl, it's too long. Like, how long do you think it takes? It's too long. How long? Like, I be thinking, like, oh, it's only going to take me, I'm going to say, like, 15 minutes. How come I was on there for, like, an hour and a half? Like, and I'm not even as bad as some people. Wow. How much time do people spend on social media? As of 2019 to 2020, the average daily social media usage of the internet users worldwide amounted to 145 minutes per day. All right, no. No, that's not me. That's up 142 minutes from the previous year. That's wild. Well, okay, that was during COVID. Yeah, that's pandemic. That was during COVID. So I guess that's the other reason why. That's when TikTok really got big, was during COVID, because everybody was at home, like, have like wasting their lives away doing.
I mean, I wasn't because I still had to go to work every day. But I actually tried to stay away from social media during COVID because
you like my
I just
TikTok dance.
see that's why I don't like
I don't
TikTok.
even
Everybody
know
does the same
what
dances. It's just like so annoying.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. I mean, I like
watching the dances.
So if you go, so you asked me before it was on my feed. Like if I go on TikTok, it's mainly artists. That's the same with Instagram. Artists,
I like
business
watching
people.
the calligraphy. I love the calligraphy things.
It's mainly businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I like to learn stuff. That's me. If it's not learning, whatever. But yeah. And then the other thing I hate about social media. I'm gonna be very honest. I hate the false information that's out there.
Oh, the
people just will share a meme about anything. They don't check it. They don't do do reference check.
They'll be like, if you actually stare at if you stare at the sun for like 15 minutes a day, it'll actually improve your hearing.
It'll be like
it'll be like
stuff.
The CDC confirms this,
or like it'll just be like it like they'll just share false information. It's just a meme, and I see it a lot with political stuff, and I see it a lot like just in general. I remember you shared me something with me. I was like, did you fact check this?
Daniel, you should be a fact checker because with your amount of research, be like, no. I'm
a researcher.
Sorry.
I'm a researcher.
What did I share that was like...
I don't even remember. I don't remember. But then we were talking about, like, wasn't there, like, a whole thing with Helen Keller, and she was actually,
because that
she didn't
Gen
do all the
Zer
things
was like, I don't believe this to be true.
You're saying, like, and it's just, like... And
Helen
people
Keller
were like, and it started like,
do it.
It started like breathing fire and going places. I was just like, what? Like...
They said that Helen Keller was hella capping.
Hella capping. You're ugly. Yeah. But it was like something. It was like on TikTok or something like that, and they were telling something, and it's just like how fast people believe stuff, misinformation.
Yeah.
And they're like share it and stuff like that. And for me personally, I don't reshare memes. I don't do anything until I do the research.
You don't reshare memes?
Unless if it's not a real, like if it's
okay.
If I'm saying like if it's like a fact thing, like if it's for facts, I don't reshare memes or anything like that unless I do the research myself and then look it up to see what the actual deal is. But I feel like with social media, that's how lies spread.
Because
I saw something.
Helen.
You know what else I saw? Something about the birds not being real. About they've been fake for years now. And
those are the I mean, shout out to the people that think the world is flat. But that's that.
But it's just like my thing is some people like take that and they'll just like share it without
maybe
like
birds
a thing.
aren't real, Danielle.
Maybe they're not. But did you do research to figure it out?
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I looked it up. But my thing is people don't look it up. They just share stuff. And I'm just like, like, why don't you think about this?
Maybe birds aren't real. Maybe birds aren't real.
I don't know. I don't
like them anyway.
I don't know.
I don't even like seagulls.
Right.
Seagulls are dangerous.
And you know what else I'll say about this? I'm not going to say I completely hate social media. I see it as a tool.
Or birds. She's a fish person, guys.
I am a fish person.
She's a seabird person.
Though, but no, but I don't completely hate media, social media. I see it as a tool. I mean, I have connected with other businesses that I probably would have never connected with outside.
I found so many stuff on social media.
Yeah.
All the restaurants that we go to, predominantly, if we're not driving by them, is social media.
Yeah, like we like to eat. So that's one thing that we like to eat.
We like to eat. I'm surprised we didn't eat before we came here.
Yeah, well, someone was taking too long, but that's another story. Anyway, I like to.
I'm gonna get you.
You just came out my whole life earlier talking about.
Was
that before you had friends?
I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying. I already apologized for that, but I don't hear your apology.
I'm not going to. Anyway, because I'm not lying. She was late. She always is.
Late.
Anyway.
Late.
So
you were early.
Okay. What was I saying?
It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. So I have found things on social media that have been interesting. Like I found businesses on there.
Mm-hmm.
I found like new artists on there that I like. I found new music from social media. So I'm not gonna say that it's like the worst thing, but I just do think that
there's bad things about it.
Yeah, I think too many people spend too much time on there.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like people have a constant need to be entertained.
Oh, okay. So
Constantly.
perfect example. Like, I don't like it when people try to live their lives predominantly in social media or in media in general, like, and don't have enough life outside of things. Like, they, like what you're saying, like, they don't know how to interact with people in real life situations. Like, I can't stand it when people are just like walking downtown and they're doing TikTok things in normal situations. You know what I mean?
Right. And it's just like, okay. And it's almost like everybody has to, okay. I'm not going to say I haven't done it because sometimes you post your dinner. It's good. But I don't have to post my dinner right then and there. Like sometimes I'll take a picture. It's pretty. Okay. Sometimes I just keep it for myself. But then sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it out later.
Mm-hmm. I don't like sharing every ounce
every
of my
single
life.
aspect of life.
Yeah,
And
that's why I don't even put my
okay.
kids out there. And some people really get mad at me. Someone's like, I don't see any pictures of your children. Do they even exist? I'm like, I got the scars to prove that they exist.
And that's the other thing is like you having children on there, you know, stuff like that. And I do like social media for actually interaction with my family because I don't have a lot of family members that live near me. Like everybody's out of state. So I do like to see what they're doing. But at the same time, I'm not going to let that be the only form of communication we have. I'm going to call you. I'm going to text you. I'm going to talk to you outside of that because I feel like we should be able to talk. Like you living this screen or mirror the screen life is just not okay with me. Like, and sometimes I get concerned about that because I'm like, how when our kids grow up or like
how is that going
to be affect? How
like,
is
how do
social
you
media going to
naturalize
affect them?
that? And you know, it's not even social media. Like, even for the gamers out there, like, I have people that I know that are so connected into that realm, like the whole virtual reality, you know, they can't get a girlfriend or a boyfriend in real life. They can't, like, I don't get that. And you know, that could be another conversation.
Yeah, but
with
it's
relationships.
Like,
but I don't know.
It's I just feel like in some ways it's been good in some ways, but I also felt like there's negativity there, and then I also feel like it's almost like people can't live without it. It's
going to be like that. It's happening for a reason.
Yeah, can you go a day without being on social media at all? Like,
hell yeah, I can.
What's like the longest you've gone without being on it?
A week.
A week?
Yeah.
Okay, but you purposely had to detox it, or was it like a purposeful detox, or just kind of happened?
There were times that I purposely like the last time, when I was on maternity leave, I purposely had to detox because I couldn't function on real life. Well, not function in real life, but I couldn't handle my responsibilities without being interrupted by, oh, I gotta go check on this, or I gotta go. I'm not even I had to go check on it. I just wanted to go look at it, and then I would get stuck in the streams. Especially, oh my god, all the freaking the text chains, not the text chains, but like the chats. I be getting spammed like non-belief. Like, we have this one group thread called Scarf Gang. Shout out to Scarf Gang. But yeah, the Scarf Gang chat just blasting. I'm just like, oh man, that's funny. Like, I get stuck.
Oh yeah, I took myself out of that years ago.
I didn't.
I took myself out. Yeah, I took myself out because I didn't like having 50,000 notifications.
Scarf Gang.
I mean, I just couldn't do it. I'm not a big fan of that. But do you feel like, you say you get lost in it?
I'll get lost in it. Like, I'll lose track of time. I already have issues with time management. And I was not late today. She was early. I'm sticking to that.
Okay. Anywho.
But, yeah, like, I would be like, it'll start off with me feeding Ro. Mm-hmm. And then she's been done. Mm-hmm. And I'm still scrolling. She's crying. I'm like, yeah, I'll get to you. Not like I'm abandoning her or anything, but I'm prioritizing something that doesn't need to be. They shouldn't have any type of grasp in my life. Mm-hmm. So that's how I knew there was a problem. I had to get rehab.
Yeah, and for me personally, I can go without it. Like, literally, I have to. pretty much at this point, I have to remind myself to go on social media just so I could like.
Now I have to remind myself.
I have to remind myself to go, just in terms of like making sure like, oh, did we post something, or just kind of like more for research purposes of like, oh, maybe we should, like, what's trending. I'm gonna let y'all know now, they call me G-Ma-B for the longest time, and I'm still that. I still kind of have that title because I have no clue what's going on in pop culture at all.
Yeah, remember when I had to tell you who Lil Wayne was?
Yep.
Weezy F Baby.
Lil Wayne
Please
was.
say the baby. He's like, who's that on the? Who's that on in the song? I was like, what? And it was like one of the regular, like, you know, popular songs of that time. It's just like, I was like,
yeah,
you know who this is.
and I think that's part of the reason with this.
You did that with Drake too. I was like, Drake.
I didn't know who they were. It's like I know name, like I know
because
faces.
Danielle
I just
doesn't
don't know
listen to
names.
secular music.
I do listen to secular music, but that's okay.
Anywho, prove it.
I'm not gonna. I don't have to prove anything. That's the point of. That's my point right there. I don't have to prove anything. I do listen to secular music. Thank you very much. But the one thing I was also gonna say, this is like kind of my last thought. I feel like some people are just on it for attention. I feel like they don't have attention outside of
hungry people.
Like, yeah, like some of the things that they post, some of the things that they do.
But that's
it's just
what pisses
like they
me
just
off.
want attention.
That's what pisses me off. Like the whole attention seeking, like attention whores. Attention whores. They could be men or women or animals. I just don't like.
Or
them.
Animals. How are the animals? What? Most people are posting picture of the animals.
The animals are. They're asking for it, Danielle.
Okay.
They're asking for it.
But like, so
that's why I will never get a golden retriever, because they require too much of my attention. I said it.
You're annoying.
Attention whores. They need to stop. Cool your jets, man. Jesus, it's not even that serious.
But
babies, attention whores.
Babies are attention whores.
Babies are attention
But
whores.
how do they wouldn't know how to, they can't post themselves on social media.
It doesn't matter. You're requiring too much of my attention.
Wow.
I said what I said.
Okay.
I'm on to you. You know, they're taking this whole social media world by storm.
The babies,
babies
are cute. So
babies are cute.
Sense. Like,
and some of them are ugly, and they still attract too much attention.
I
know where
like,
you are.
Oh my god,
ugly ass babies.
Why are you
ugly ass babies?
Sometimes I do like I like looking at babies. I'm not gonna lie, they're so cute. They're cute. I watch them. I like media,
babies. I like it when babies like do adult things and like personifying like.
But sometimes I get nervous because I'm like, speaking of that, like babies being on social media, and you talk about your kids being on social media. Sometimes I get nervous, like as we were talking about, like growing up. Or, like, you know how, like, back in the day, like, oh, here's a cute photo of my baby, or here's this, or here's the photo album. When they get older, are we going to be like, oh, look at her social media account. This was her when she was a baby.
This was her social media account. This is her
social media account. And I know that there are people out there that literally will make a social media handle for their baby that's not even born yet, so that when they have their baby,
it's already
up there.
Talk about generational wealth right there.
So nobody takes it. And I'm just like, what? Like, is this what we've become? Like,
so I'm not going to say that I have a handle for my kids.
Right.
But I definitely have a hashtag. Hashtag baby melanin.
Okay, that's cute, though.
So
that's
baby
fine.
melanin is BABY, but it's a mix of me and Terrence's names. MELANYN.
That's cute.
Yeah. So that's what I don't want them to have anything that's like tagged, because like what if they don't want a social media?
Yeah.
But I will tag them. I have a hashtag that has like a thread of all the pictures that I've posted throughout the years.
Right.
And all of them are tagged with me and my husband, so you can't take credit on none of that. I don't want to see my children on some website that they shouldn't be on, like some, I don't know, stupid foot fetish bullshit stuff.
And that's the thing that freaks me out too about social media as well. Because
I swear.
I've seen people who there's a whole story of this woman who literally they deep faked her face into pornography. Like they took her face from her social media pages and stuff, and they deep faked it. They took a compilation of it and they deep faked it onto a porn site. And she found out because one of her coworkers was like,
I saw you
on this site. And she's like, what? What are you talking about? How did you see me on this site?
Wait.
And she was like, that's not me.
So her coworker told on herself.
Pretty much.
She said, yo, I was on this site, take care of business, and I just so happened to see Sally in the corner of it.
And that makes me nervous. That's the kind of thing where it's just oh my God, people are really taking your face. So it's even having that privacy factor of it.
How would you even get well, I mean, once the girl found it, did she do
There's not I mean, they're working on laws on it, but I think at the time there wasn't much that she could
defamation
do.
of character?
But it's so much in the deep web now. But
oh my God,
that's a whole different story for another
day.
If
I find out that my kids are on the deep web, I'm coming for the internet.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people started being more cautious about posting their kids on social media, because there were a lot of secret groups out there that were keep people's kids and stuff. It's a scary place in a lot of places. Yeah. And I think about when social media first came out and how scared my parents were about us using it.
Your parents were strict on it?
Yeah. My parents were very scared about us using social media.
My parents didn't even. Well, my mom's not on. My mom is completely off the grid. You couldn't find her on the web. She's nah. She doesn't have a face. But my dad. Oh my gosh! So my dad, he got his Facebook account hacked, and then they took it from him. I said, what? They took his account. And they hacked into his name, and then he didn't know about it until a month or so after. Wow. And I was like, Dad, there gotta be some type of email.
I don't think so.
No, there was. He had emails. He just wasn't checking it. He's like, Mel, I need you to see if you can find me on Facebook. I was like, yeah, but I couldn't find him. It was gone. And then I was like, Dad, Facebook has parameters to check your emails. Half an hour after doing this whole find my dad on Facebook, he's like, oh yeah, they actually did. And then, so he went to try to go and retrieve it. The people took the recovery email and number, and he couldn't get his thing back. He couldn't get his Facebook back.
And to see, that's also another thing that makes me nervous too, because it's just people can just take your whole identity.
They just took it.
They just take it. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like everybody has to be careful with what they do there. So I'm going to end this topic here. I don't hate social media. I just feel like it's a tool, and you should just use it as a tool and not necessarily as your lifespan. Maybe some people need a detox from it. So my top 3 takeaways is it should not ruin your life. It should not run your life. Don't let it run your life.
Don't let anything run your life.
No, don't let anything run your life. But definitely,
except God and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
Okay. Anywho, I would don't let it run your life. Don't spend too much time on it. Maybe give yourself a time limit, because literally you're gonna get stuck in this whole comparison game of, well, I wish I looked like that. I wish I did that. And sometimes I get very concerned about these young girls with their body image issues and stuff like that. You know what happened the other day? Speaking of this happened a little while ago. My niece had a pimple on her face, and she called herself ugly because she had a pimple on her face. And I'm like, you're
That's
4
not problematic
years
at all.
old. Why do you feel like this already? You're 4. So definitely, I don't know. I just get concerned about people comparing themselves in the body image part. Also, like I said, if it's affecting your mental health and you feel like you have to be on it all the time and you just can't seem to pull yourself away, as you said with Mel, if it's distracting you from your everyday duties, I think you need to take a break. I think you need to stop. There's no need. It's just don't, I don't know. I just don't feel like it should ruin your life. And also, guys, please, can you go outside and talk to real people? Can you make a friend outside?
Can you?
Can you start a
That's
conversation?
That's a legit question.
With somebody else,
you?
because I know some people who are very comfortable talking on social media, but when you get them out in public, they have social anxiety so badly. But I'm like, you post almost every other day, you talk every other day, but maybe because you can't talk back, or people can just comment, but they just can't talk back. So maybe that's a difference. But I feel like we kind of lost our way in like just being able to communicate and talk to each other on a regular basis without there being so much like anxiety involved with it. So that's just my takeaways.
No, we have one more thing to input. So this goes out to the people that are really trying to make it big on the social media, or like not even just social media, trying to promote their business.
Mm-hmm.
You know who we're talking about. For sure.
Oh, yeah, let me say this real quick too as well. Like I said, I use social media as a tool, but one thing, and I accept everybody else who does that too, but as well. But one thing that happens a lot to us is people will message us in our inbox asking us for like either a shout out on our show, promotions, or to be on our show, or for us to pay them money to do something for us on our show.
So this is what happened, y'all. So we were minding our business in our own separate households, and this person, if it was even, it probably was a bot for all we know, he comes and shows up in our DMs talking about, hey girl, I stumbled across this picture, for sure 100. I just want to know if you want me to go and give you a digital print of this, and I was gonna do this, that, and the third over it, blah blah blah. It's gonna look real nice. And Danielle handled this bot so professionally, but told them exactly who they were all at the same time. Go ahead, tell her what you said.
I don't even remember what I said.
So she was like, you know what? I appreciate you, and but you have to know this is a show for two of us. So because the picture was just of her.
Oh yeah. I was like, this show's for two of us. So if you're gonna do a photo, you gotta do it of both of us. And then they're like, yeah, we can do that. And I'm like, and also, we only support people who support us. Mm-hmm. So if you want us to give you a shout out or like repost a thing or take your services, you have to at least listen to an episode or two and tell us how we're doing.
Right.
And then she just wanted us to pay like $100 right then and there. And
I'm
like, $100
like, so
for
you
what?
Want it? So you
I'm
want
like,
it?
I don't want it.
We never asked for you.
I didn't ask for it. I don't want it.
There was literally 10 messages like, are you gonna buy my picture? And like she just kept on sending different demonstrations, not demonstrations,
different like examples of what she could
this
do.
This is just the first part. Like, imagine what it's gonna
and
look
I was
like.
just like, I don't.
We don't know who you are. We didn't ask for it. How you gonna show up in our DMs? How you gonna show up in our DMs and make us pay for something that we never asked for?
We didn't ask for it.
That's for show 100. Like, I don't understand.
It was so like that kind of stuff bothers me. And the other, that's the other.
And
thing
then
the
other guy was just like, I was wondering if I could show up on one of your episodes. He's like, oh, have you Daniel was like, oh, have you listened to us before? Like, no, I was gonna listen to it right when we were like after we do the episode.
No, it doesn't work that way. We support people who support us. And the other thing I was gonna say in terms of, I don't know, social media is just so weird. People are just so brazen and bold and do a lot of stupid stuff, and that's why I can't stand it. But anyway, like I said, just give yourself some time. Did you have anything else you want to say in terms of like?
So my takeaways is, one, make sure that you're intentional on what you do on social media, because it can be very dangerous. It's a very dangerous game that you play. You have to make sure that you explore your privacy settings. Like, if you don't want someone to know where you're going, make sure that you don't share your location. Or if you're going on a trip, like, make sure that you don't show that you're going on a trip the day of, because people will take advantage of that. And there's other things that you can look at. So just make sure that you're aware of yourself on social media, because people are watching. People are out there watching you. And it could be on some friendly stuff, but it could be on some completely freaky shit. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is, make sure that, doesn't completely take up your whole life, because the real life is more important than your virtual life. Is not as fulfilling. And yeah, just I don't even know what else to say. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I find it draining at times. So just make sure that
make sure that you're aware if you are being
if you
drained.
need to take a break, then take
It's
a break.
okay.
Please do it.
And don't let people shame you. Like, oh, I haven't seen you. Like,
who cares?
So,
and if you're a business, that's all I'm gonna say is just like keep pushing as well, because sometimes like the algorithm's always constantly changing. It can be overwhelming. It can be tiring, but like, you know, just know that it's going to be worth it. Don't focus too much on the followers per se. I would say just focus on making sure your content is really good and making sure that you like really love what you do, because if you love what you do, the rest will follow. Yeah. That's it. Like, don't get caught up on the numbers games too much.
Make sure you have fun with it. You know, do what you want to do.
Yep. Yep. And I hope you guys don't hear my stomach. It's growling. So we're going to end this episode. All right, guys. Have a good one. Like I said, I forgot to do the whole thing.
Oh, if you want to show us, find us on our social medias, because our social medias are Facebook under Allegedly Credible Podcast, as you saw earlier. We're also on Instagram. We're also on TikTok.
It's all at Allegedly Credible.
Yes, and then you can also go to our website, www.allegedlycredible.com. And if you want to follow me personally, I just changed my name. So my name is now Mello_Supremo on Instagram and TikTok. And I think it's also aligned with my Snapchat if you want to find that.
Yeah, I've never done that one. And you can follow me at Creative Lady Faye. I post my art and my music on there. And you can also, that's on Instagram. You can also follow me, same thing on TikTok, is at Creative Lady Faye. And if you want to follow my fitness journey, you can follow me at Lady Faye 212. All right, guys.
Peace out.
Peace out.